Hello everyone. In this video you're going to see me move up from 400 points to 1400 rating points, and the idea is that I'm going to be using only two opening systems that I really believe in. So if you like them, you can learn them. It doesn't take that long to learn and you can get really nice games with them. Now I'm going to be doing 3-minute games because I don't want this video to be that long. So let me get to it and let's find our first game. Here we go. So I start with the white pieces. I'm going to try to do the Vienna with the Fianchetto on G3. So I see 3. And you're going to see how I do the same thing over and over and over. Okay, so he's doing something very unusual. This is a 402 rated player. So he's pinning my knight. I need to break the pin and protect the knight at the same time. So queen e2. And I really want to do my Fianchetto by doing g3 and then bishop g2, but he's attacking my knight again now, so I need to protect. Let's see, okay, 97, so I have time now to do g3 and bishop g2. 95, I have to be careful, and yeah, I think I can do that. Alright, queen b4. Well, that's a very it looks like an annoying check, but I could easily block it. I could block it with the pawn, with the bishop. Well, with the bishop I can because he will take on b2, so I had to do c3. Now the queen has to move again, and then I have to see how I'm going to continue. Now I'm the one putting a lot of pressure through the e file, and maybe I could do a discovered check by moving my knight. But first I need his knight to move away. So if I manage to kick that black knight out of here, I will be able to do a discover. Maybe knight d6. So f4. Yeah, what if he goes knight g4? Or bishop g4 actually. He's hitting d3. Well, if bishop g4, knight f3. So let's see. Most likely he's gonna go that, yeah, knight d3 check. That's okay. Now, if you think my king is in trouble, look at his and look at the rest of his pieces. And I'm still winning by a pawn. Let's see. So, yeah, king f1. His knight is pinned. I'm threatening a discover attack. Okay, so he took. Now I take with the bishop, still threatening a discovered check, and I'm putting pressure on his knight with 2 pieces. Okay, yeah, he fell for it. Now bishop takes knight, discover check, and I'm getting that queen. So now this is going to be a pretty easy game from now on. It should be. Most likely he's going to move the king to, well, I don't think he has any good moves here, because if king d7 trying to bring his rook to e8 and well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. So maybe, well, bishop e7 is not good either. No, he's done. I'm trying to look for ways for him to maybe get some counterplay or something, but there's no way. Well, 94. Oh, even worse. Now I can take with a check, so I collect even a knight along the way. And I'm still hitting his queen. Yeah, another check. More checks, and my queen is coming in. Yep. Now, should I take the rook or continue to attack that king? Well, what if I bring my rook into the game? Yep. So this is not typically what you're supposed to do. The king is in the center. You want to continue to attack, but here I'm bringing my rook, and that's checkmate. All right. So we went up. Now let's find the next game. No, we don't want to rematch. Let's find someone new. And let's see. Alright, so this time we have the black pieces. Like I said, we're doing the Pirc every time. So it's going to be Pirc and the Vienna. And as you can see, guys, these are systems. So this is a 489, bishop c4, g6. Now, it's going to be the same thing over and over and over. Some people might find it boring, but actually it's helping you specialize in an opening. I'm not afraid of him taking on f7 with 2 minor pieces. As you should know, 2 minor pieces are better than a rook. So now knight d4, hitting the queen, hitting c2. Although it's protected by his knight, maybe I could take advantage of that in the future. So he moved the queen. Let's keep improving our pieces by hitting his queen. So where is he gonna go with that queen? I'm thinking of doing b5 after. Maybe I could find a way to get rid of his knight from a3 and take on c2. Oop, yeah, he's giving me 2 minor pieces for, yep. What are you going to do, my friend? Alright, so now we save the rook. I'm still winning. Yeah, I have to save the rook. I'm thinking now maybe knight g4 coming next. Yeah, I think knight g4. And I hit his queen. I hit f2. Yeah. Now let's see what he's going to do. Alright, so yeah, we're going to f2 with the fork, hitting the queen and the rook. Now I'm thinking he's going to go queen c4 maybe. Yeah, queen c4 check. Oh, that, or maybe, yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Now the game is going to be very easy from now on. So now I have 2 plans. Either I go after his king and put him in checkmate, or I try to simplify the game. Okay, so do we go to f2 or to f1? We have a battery, rook and queen. So yeah, I think f2 check, and then the bishop comes. So his king is going to a light square, so my light square bishop could come and finish him. Yeah, he has to block with the knight. And now I'm going to take him with the rook, because, yep. So that's coming. And even though the rook is better than the knight, I know there is checkmate right after. There you go. And we have 666, no rematch. Let's go to another player. Alright, so black pieces again. We have our Pirc at f6. So this person looks like he's trying to do... Alright, let me try to do the pre-move here. It's going to be way simpler. So I'm enabling pre-moves. And basically what that does, guys, is that if I know what I'm going to do next, I could do it even if it's not my turn. And then it's going to happen automatically when it's my turn. Right, so I take back. My knight is going to c6. And as you can see, it's the same thing over and over in the Pirc. The Fianchetto, the knight goes to c6. Now I'm going to d4, hitting the queen again. Alright. Ooh, I see his queen and king are on the same diagonal. So now I could go bishop g5. Yep, he didn't see it coming, and we're pinning his queen. Alright. Now pre-move, if he takes, I take right back. Yep. And now the same thing like before, guys. I could go after his king, or I could simply just simplify the game and walk into a winning endgame. So there you go. Then queen comes in, hitting on d4. I think he's gonna go to b5 with the knight. Yep. Now I want him to take on c7 because he opens the file for my rook. So yeah, he's gonna go. Now I'm pinning his bishop, so I could do b5. Let's see, maybe he moves the king out of the way, but if he doesn't, b5 is coming. Ooh, wait. No, queen e3 or b5. Queen e3, fork. And I got a knight for free. Yep. Well, even better. Now I could, yeah, I could still do b5. So I got the bishop as well. Check. Now, if I could simplify the rooks, it's going to be very easy to finish the game. But I think I have chances to do checkmate here as well. I'm threatening queen takes rook and then checkmate. Oh no, he stopped it. Well, I guess we just keep it simple. And there's no, I can now do a checkmate. So Rook c3. Yep. Oop, checkmate in one, well, in two moves. So we sack the queen and then checkmate. All right, next one. Ooh, white pieces. So we're doing the Vienna. Same thing. Fianchetto. Notice that I put my pieces exactly where they belong. Nothing else. d3. My pawn goes to g3 to control g4. Yeah, I don't want his bishop or knight going to g4. He takes, I retake. And now you're going to see the other part of the plan, which is now doing f4. I really want to break with f4 to open my rook, bring my bishop to f4. Yep. All right, now my bishop is on the same diagonal as his rook, so I could be doing e5. Oh no, wait, weakness. So let's go there. Let me save my king. I don't want any checks. And here we have a discovery. Yep. Maybe he sees it, but no, he didn't see it. So give me the rook. Now I'm winning. So like I said before, I'm going to simplify the game. I just need to be careful with g3, but yeah, knight e4 protects g3 and attacks the queen. Ooh, he dropped the queen. Yep, even easier now. All right, next one. Black pieces, the Pirc. So d6 is coming as my first move. Knight f6, attacking the pawn on e4 even though it's defended, then Fianchetto and castle. Now next, I have to develop the queenside pieces. The bishop typically goes to g4, and then the knight goes to c6 or d7. c6. If it goes d5, I have to make sure that I could go to e5. Yep. So knight e5. I'm hitting the queen and the bishop. Give me the bishop. And now I'm going to open my Fianchetto bishop to hit b2. Yeah, he didn't protect it. And this happens very often. People don't see that bishop hidden in the Fianchetto. Yeah, yep. I have to be careful here because even though I'm getting a rook, if I give up my dark square bishop, my king is going to be sort of weak. Well, now let's see if the queen moves. The queen has to be careful because if he moves away from protecting the knight, I get a free knight there. Yep. Now, should I take the knight or the rook? If I get the rook, it's going to be an exchange. What I get 2 points. If I get the free knight, it's going to be better. So that's definitely where we are. Yeah, I think we're getting the knight for free. All right, and we also get the rook, so even better. And now all I need to do is simplify the game. So if I trade queens, this is going to be a very easy endgame since I'm up by a lot of material, whole rook. There you go, trying to simplify. He knows his... let me go to queen b2. Now I'm going to use the open file, the b file, to try to bring my rooks into the game. Alright, even better. And now rook b8, and I start activating my rooks. So I put my pawn on a6, light squares, that way his bishop cannot bother me, and check. Now e6, I'm trying to open my other rook, there you go. And now my rook is on the same file as his rook. So if I manage to get rid of his pawn and my knight, then I could do a discover check. Yep. I mean, it's gonna be hard to do that, but it's good to keep it in mind. All right, so I need to move d3. I'm hitting f4, and I'm also putting pressure on e4. Yep. So he had to give me f4, and now I'm taking on e4 as well. So I'm wondering what is he gonna do to protect e4? Maybe rook d4. Maybe he goes after c7 with rook c2. No, it's attacking my knight, so I have to go to safety. And I think the only safe square is h5. Yep. Alright, I go back to f4. Now I want to do e2. If I go rook e2, I trade rooks, and again, it's going to be a very easy endgame. Maybe he goes king g3. Okay, so I think rook e2 is still my move. Yep, he has to trade down, and that's it. Oof, even better. So bishop is gone, he has nothing left, and I have a rook and my pass pawns. So that's it. Alright, and now I think I can do, yeah, let me cut the king off, and then we do the two rook checkmate, even though I have a queen and a rook, but it's the same thing. And checkmate. Alright, Vienna this time. So you see how I do not spend any time in the opening because I know exactly where my pieces go. We cannot play mechanically all the time because if they do something aggressive, we have to respond to it. But for the most part, we do the same thing. Now h3 is coming. And f4, let's see. Alright, so he castled to the opposite side, but I think f4 has to happen now. If he takes, I take with the bishop, and now my rook is on the same file as his queen, so a discovered attack could be in the air. Let's see what he's going to do. He's probably gonna move. Nope, he's not moving the queen away. If I take on d4, he takes with a check. If I do bishop takes d6, no. Well, I think I'm just going to, let me put my king on h2. And this is another pattern. Typically, after h3, my king likes to go to h2 and be safe. Is he going to take on e2? Oh, no. Well, I think the discovered, oh no, I'm going for the knight. Yep, the discovered attack, he has to move the, no, he didn't move the queen, so we get the queen for free. Yeah, now this is another easy position from now on. That's it. The plan is simple. If we could simplify the game, oh no, there's no need. You give up. Next one. We're getting closer to 1,000. All right, so another Vienna game. Knight c3, Fianchetto. Now we have to be careful with f2. Whenever I see the bishop going to c5, he's putting pressure on f2. He cannot go. Knight g4 because the queen takes. And now he could do it, but I'm ready to castle. Yep. Now, like we already said, two minor pieces are better than the rook. So I'm happy if he takes on f2. Rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, and I'm going to be fine. All right. So now let's get rid of this knight. I don't like his knight here. Yeah, he did it. He did it. Now all I need to do is bring my king back to safety. Yeah, that check is coming, but the queen by itself cannot do much. I'm going to d5 with my knight. I'm hitting the queen. I'm hitting c7. So maybe queen d8 is his move. Let's see. If he goes to g5 or to h6, my c1 bishop could be, oh no, g6. Now I'm looking at e7, yeah. So if I go to e7, that could be a fork. So let me try to get rid of the c6 knight. That way I could go knight e7, and I fork the king and the queen. Oh, he went by himself. So now this is just another easy game. Yep. And next one. Well, by now you should know my first few moves. I'm surprised I haven't had anyone play the Sicilian defense, in which case we'll do the same system. And that's why I wanted you guys to try this, because it's very simple, straight to the point, and you will know exactly where you put your pieces every time. Now h3 is coming. All right, so this is a typical pattern. You see, they have a battery putting pressure on the pawn on h3, so my king goes to h2. So the king goes here not only for safety, but also to protect that h3 pawn. And now f4 is going to be even more efficient. Well, I think he didn't calculate here, because I have 3 attackers, he has 2 defenders. So yeah, that's a fork, and it's well protected. Yeah, free piece. All right. Now that bishop, I told you that when I get ahead, I really want to simplify the game. But the Fianchetto bishop is really important for the defense of the king. So I don't want to trade him unless it's for a very good reason. So yeah, he's attacking my bishop and going back to safety. And now let me see, do I want to do knight d5 or knight d4 to simplify the game, or do I want to bring my queen over to attack since I have an extra piece? It looks like he's disconnected. No, he's back. All right, so yeah, 94. And not only am I threatening to trade, but I'm also getting closer to attack. I have a knight and the queen. Now I'm threatening to do knight g5, hitting his queen and bringing support to the queen on h7. So what is he gonna do? Maybe h6 or f6? Ooh, that's an ugly knight right there. Well, knight g5 has to happen here. So he has to do queen g6. And again, I'm winning by a piece, so simplifying the game makes sense. But nah, I have many good attacking opportunities. I could bring my bishop to e4 next, or to d5. Yep. He has to block with the knight. And then I know I'm getting at least the rook here. So he's pinned. Yeah, let's take. Now I don't have to take the rook right away, so I'm going to bring my queen. I don't know if I should bring it to c4 or to e4. Nah, e4 I think is better. Nah. Yeah, e4, e4. So if he simplifies queens, we walk into a very easy end. There you go, very easy endgame. His rook cannot go anywhere. Yeah, he broke the pin, so we take now, and we are up a whole rook. So rook to the open file. Oof, even better. So he's helping me simplify, and I'm going to the 7th rank. Now, we know rooks like to be on open files, even more to be on the 7th rank. But better than that is to have 2 rooks on the 7th rank. So I'm already looking at a checkmate if I'm able to get down there. Anytime I would just want to get all of his pawns, but I see checkmate. If I go rook g to e7, that's going to be checkmate. Oh yeah, he let me. That's it. And we made it to 1,000. Let's go. Alright, so let's see who we get. Okay, black pieces, and we know the Pirc is coming. So regardless of what I do d6 because it works against anything that the white pieces do. Alright, so pretty standard. I put my pieces in the same places. There you go. My knight goes to c6. Well, that bishop is hitting b7, so I have to be careful. So knight 6 takes care of that Knight c6 takes care of that. Now h6. And let's see, what's he going to do? You see, the same pattern that we do in the Vienna. I do h6 and my king goes in there, and then I'm doing f5. In the Vienna, it's a white piece, so I do f4. Now I'm taking with my rook. If I had the bishop on c8, I would take with the bishop. Now going back to f7, because I want to do a battery with my rook if I could. All right. So this is moving fast. Free pawn, I think. Can I take on this? Yeah. Now I'm hitting b2, but I have to be careful. Well, we're winning, so let's simplify the game. And now I activate my queen, and my other rook should be ready to come to f8. And we put a lot of pressure on f2. Let's see. So, yeah, let's do it. Now I'm thinking of going rook f3 and then taking the pawn on h3. Because my queen is pinning g2, so I can easily do that. Now, what's he going to do? All right, can I take on g3? If I take on g3, pawn takes, queen takes, then king h1, queen h3. No, he could always block with the rook. So let me just put more pressure on h3. So it looks like I'm tripling up again on f2, but I wanted h3. All right, now I'm still looking at the possibility of rook takes g3. But his rook on the second rank is helping a lot. All right, maybe this pass pawn is going to help me. I'm also thinking of taking on f1. So his queen, I think he's going to, yeah, queen e7. I have that under control. I don't want my king to get in trouble. But now I'm threatening to do rook takes g3, pawn takes, and then rook f1 checkmate. Oh yeah, he fell for it. Yeah, if he takes, now I'm going to get on f1. If he blocks with the queen, then he gets checkmate in one move. Yeah, that's it. And next one, another Pirc. So I'm even going to pre-move because I know what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I don't like that knight so close, so I think I'm doing h6. Well, let's take. Anyways, his knight has to go back, and then I develop my bishop by hitting his knight. All right, now I have to kick him back. I don't like him there. Now notice my knight cannot go to c6 next. Ooh, look at that. Well, let's get a free knight. Sometimes they do this to come down through the h file, but I don't think they have enough pieces developed. Now, I could have done knight d7, but if he takes on c6, I just retake with my knight and I put him on c6. A little bit more active on c6. Well, yeah, let's take it. No, I don't want to get rid of my bishop. Remember, the Fianchetto bishop is a good defender, so I want to keep it. Well, d4. I can always defend that pawn. Well, let's keep developing our pieces. If he takes on e5, we take back with the pawn. All right, so let's just, I'm going to take to open this file. Yeah, so his king is in the center. Let's remove all of the pawns from that file to hit the king. I'm also hitting b2, so check. And what's he going to do now? All right, the pinned piece, we put pressure on it with the knight. Now, what can he do to get away from it? I don't think he can do much. Yeah, he lost that bishop no matter what. All right, so check. I'm ready to simplify. Oh, wait. He's coming out, so maybe we have checkmate. Remember, I always tell you, if we're ahead, we simplify the game, but if we could attack, we have more pieces to attack, so that's another option. So I just need to put him in check, check, check. I'm thinking bishop e4. If he takes a knight, then he gets on the file of my rook, so I could do a discover check. So bishop e4, if king e2, I could do bishop takes e2 check afterwards, and I get the queen. Now, is he going to take, or is he going to go to g4? Oh, he gave up. All right, next one. All right, another Pirc. So this is a different formation. Let me see, bishop g4. So this is a queen's pawn opening, but I'm going to do the same thing over and over. If he goes to d5, I go knight e5. If he attacked me, I took, and then e5. If he takes, I take with my knight. There you go. He could take on b7, but I'm hitting this d3 as well, so he has to go back. We take, yeah, let's take, and then rook e8. I cannot go knight e4. Well, let's reroute. No, c6. And maybe I could. I'm leaving the weakness on d6, but maybe I could. Oh, he has a weakness on e3. Yeah, I just did c6 to prevent his knight from coming out here. Let's take advantage of the knight going to g3, but actually, queen h4. Yeah. So I'm hitting the rook. I'm hitting h3. If he comes to protect, my queen comes in there to g3 with the help of the knight. All right, this is gonna be easier than I thought. Well, let's bring the rook over. Rook lift, and then rook roll over to g5. Yep, I don't care about that pawn, and then checkmate in the next move. Queen g1. That's it. All right. All right, white pieces. We repeat the same system. We're going for. No, he didn't want to play this one. All right, we have it now. Okay, Vienna. Ooh, wait. Now, if this happens, I take, and then I continue with bishop g2. If he takes on c3, I'm going to take with that pawn. Now, if he takes with c3, I could take with the other knight. Okay, let's castle, you know the drill. Now, d3 is coming, then I could bring my bishop out. h3 is another move that we typically do. Yep. Okay, so see the same pattern. So he's doing the battery to take on h3, so the king comes over. All right, now oh, that's a free pawn. That was a really bad move. Now I'm thinking of bringing my knight to e4 to go to f6, and also to attack on c5. So let's see. His knight right now is protecting f6. Ooh, wait. Well, let's go to h6. Okay. Yeah, knight e4 has to come. Well, let's take. I'm winning by a pawn, so I'm happy to trade. Well, let's get rid of. Let's go. Well, knight c5. We're gonna simplify now our knight for the bishop. I'm hitting the queen, the bishop, and the pawn on b7. Well, he protected everything. Let me get the bishop. All right. Now I could use the semi-open file for my rook to put pressure on b7. I'm thinking my queen. Can my queen go to? I just want to get closer to the king. Well, let's do f4. Let's activate the rook. And that way we also keep it consistent with the plan. He didn't take. Well, let's bring the queen to, yeah, closer to the king. Now that, well, we're winning, so you know the drill. And now I'm trying to pin the rook from d5. So if rook yeah, bishop d5, and we pin the rook. If he takes, we take with the king. No, he gave up. Next one. All right. I bet that at this point you could do the first few moves for me, guys. Okay, so this is the Scandinavian. So I take first, and then I continue to develop the same thing. My knight goes to c3, my bishop goes to the Fianchetto. Now we know that my other knight goes to e2 anyway, so that's the move to block the check. I want to keep it consistent. All right, now should I do g3? Oh, I don't like his bishop going to f3. Huh, this one could be a little bit annoying now that I look at it. No, I don't want to do g3 right now. Should I kick? No, let's do. Well, let's do d3. Let's keep it simple. Or h3. Yeah. All right. So way easier. So I don't want to develop the bishop. I really want to make the bishop go to g3 just to keep it consistent. All right. I think it's yeah, let's do d3. Now I could even do bishop f4, hit the queen, and then no, he doesn't want me. It's like this guy knows what I'm trying to do. So let's just go. If he goes queen, no, he didn't. Now I'm castling, and we are in known territory. Now notice that if he takes on f4, I take his queen. I'm doing a discovered attack on his queen. Move. That was easy. He fell for it. All right. Yeah. Now simplify if I could, and attack his king in the center is another plan. So let's see. I'm hitting. I could go queen. Oh, that's a nice check that I can. Well, should I take the knight first? Yeah. Check. And now I get a free pawn. I'm hitting the rook. My well, free bishop. I could take the pawn on b7. I'm thinking of bringing my rook as well. Yeah, now I'm hitting on e7. He's going to protect e7 with a rook probably. But I'm taking so many things. Now, not only am I taking a pawn, now my rook could come to d1 and attack the king. If I could take, well, no. Let me just take h6. And I think I'm going to finally start hitting that king. Yeah, I think I could save the queen with a check. No. Right, so the queen and the bishop working together to do check on b7. What's it going to do? I'm also putting pressure on e7 with the queen and the rook. All right, so I guess e7 it is. I'm hitting the knight. Ooh, free rook. Yeah. So this is a little bit different. We have to take, and then we get the queen. Now we go to the center. That's it. So we have to deviate a little. So he keeps attacking the knight. I'm going to attack c2. Yeah, that was easy. Now free rook, and we know the drill. If we could simplify, yeah. Now I'm gonna get the bishop, and for free. Then I'm gonna get on d3. Yeah, that was pretty fast. All right, another perk. Same thing. Now this is actually more like a King's Indian defense, but we do the same principles. The bishop is going to go to g4. Knight c6. If he take, oh no, he didn't push on d5. I think I'm going to take on f3 first. Let me get rid of the knight, and then e5. All right, now knight d4. If he takes, I take back, and then I have a trick here if he takes with the queen. I'm going to go knight takes e4. If he takes, queen takes, knight e4, and then I pin it with my rook on e8. No, he didn't. Well, let me put more pressure on e4 anyways. Well, give me that. Oh yeah. So now I'm going to take the knight unless he moves it to block the check. Yeah, he did that. Now all I have left to do is put more pressure on it. He cannot castle. I'm gonna bring my rook as well. Okay, so well, I guess yeah, rook e3, and I'm safe. Now I bring the other rook. I cannot take. I want to go to h4 with my queen, but oh, maybe I do queen e5, and I'm putting pressure on h2 and on b2. If I could take on f3 and then queen e4 checkmate, but I can't. I can't. Well, maybe I do queen h5. Taking on e2 is not an option. I could take the pawn on b2, but now, well, let's see if I can take advantage. No, it's not letting me. This guy's not giving me a break. Now I could go to f3 anyways. So every time they move a pawn, there are squares that become available, and that's why I was able to put my queen there. But can I actually go to f3? Should I go with my rook, with my queen? All right. I have to go with. I could take on c4. Let's. Well, I think if I go queen f3 check. Now I think I cannot take on e1 anyways. I cannot go to e2. What should I do? What should I do? Taking on f4 is not an option. I don't have anything concrete. Like I'm thinking bishop takes and queen g4 check, but he goes to h1, and I don't see what I could do because he could also block with the queen. Oh, if he blocks with the queen, we get the rook on e1. The problem is if he goes king h1 or king f1. Well, king f1, queen h3. Now I don't want to take too much time here because I could then end up losing on time, and there's no need for me to lose on time here. So let me just keep it simple. Well, let's reroute the bishop. He's not doing anything on that diagonal. Let's find a new diagonal. Maybe I could even do bishop d4 at some point. All right, let's go to safety. Yep. Rook g3 is in the air, but it's not safe. Well, we have to defend. Yep. Simplify the game. This is not what I wanted, but I had no choice, and I don't want to lose on time. Well, maybe just try to put him in check if I go to c2. I'm definitely in the lead. I'm putting pressure on him, but he's defending well. So let me just go here just to prevent any checks on e8. If he goes knight b5, yeah. Now bishop b6 defends everything. I need to kick him out. And my queen has to go to maybe, no, yeah. Now queen d4 sounds promising. All right. Now this is the endgame. I want to activate my king, but I have to be careful not to get checkmated. He's gonna go to h3 for sure. Yep, queen e3. I don't want to get checkmated. Now it's bishop versus knight. I have to activate my king, and I should be able to win this game if I go to the queen side. Yeah, now I want to go e4, d3, and go take his pawns on the queen side. Go, 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 go. If he trades, I'm okay with that. My king is more active. Oh yeah, king and pawns endgame. Ooh, yeah. If he takes, I take back. Now, pre-moving is important now. We only have a few seconds. Now, I don't want to take on f5 because then he gets a pass pawn on the h file. So, gotta keep taking. Let me see. Yeah. All right, now I think I'm going to get my pawn on time. Ooh, he didn't even go for my g6 pawn, so that's going to be way easier. I have to be careful with any h5s. I don't want to pre-move. All right, now I pre-move with a check, check. I'm going to take on d6. And then there you go. So now I have more time, and this should be pretty easy. Notice that I'm going after his pawns, because if he has no pawns and I run out of time, then it's going to be a draw. Yep, he ran out of time. Woof, this one was a close one. Yep, I was attacking, but I couldn't get anything concrete. So, all right, so Vienna. Let's see. All right, so he's sort of doing like a perk. Nope, not a perk. So I do my whole thing. Then the pawn goes to d3. And I'm doing a discovery now. Oh, I can. He put the bishop there. So h3, yep. And we do the same thing. He didn't take. Well, let's keep pushing. Yep. Now we take back. Okay, happy to simplify the game. Ooh, check. That's a nice check. Now, yeah, I think this is a free bishop. So we're ready. Up material again. I want to threaten checkmate on f7. But again, I'm happy to attack since I have more pieces. Or I could just simplify the game. Let me see. I want to bring my rook to the e file to hit that queen. The only defender of the checkmate is the queen. So if I manage to go rook e1, it should be fine. All right, yeah, I knew he was going to block with the knight. Let's kick him out of here. And then we continue with rook a to e1. Yeah, now, what's he going to do? And this is a nice position to have because all of my pieces are active. That's what we really want to accomplish. All right, his queen is still defending f7, so we have to go bishop e6. He has to go to e7 to defend and then knight d5. Yeah, look at that, all of my pieces working together. Okay, so now can I take on c7? Well, he's gonna go back to e7. Oh no, oof, yeah, now this is just too easy. Well, check. Now he has to move onto the e file and I get a discover. Yeah, knight g5 is a nice discover. Check with the rook and I'm hitting f7. The queen comes in and can I put him in check? Yeah, check all the time and checkmate has to be here soon. More pieces coming in and then I'm gonna finish him with rook e4 checkmate. Yep, checkmate. Nope, we go to the next one. All right, another Vienna. I'm really surprised that no one has played the Sicilian. Maybe as we go up a little bit little bit more. Okay. Well, let's open my bishop. My Fianchetto bishop is open. Continue. And we want a castle, h3. Pawn f4. Same thing. You see, the battery and our king defense. All right, it looks like he wants to attack. Well, let's open up. We need to attack ourselves. His king is in the center. My rook is now in an open file. All right. Knight d4. Yep. Hitting that bishop and getting active. Notice that I didn't take the pawn on b7 because I'm not interested. I don't want to waste any time. Let's take on e6 maybe. No, bishop g5. I'm hitting on f6. What's he gonna do to defend that knight? The rook. Okay. Well, do we take that bishop or no? Okay. 94 looks good. Well, let's get here first. And now knight d5. So I'm threatening f6, but I'm also attacking c7 to do a fork. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like it solves all of his problems. Well, let's bring the queen to e1. I'm not only pinning his knight on the queen, but I want to go to a5 and attack his king. From a6, from a5, I'm going to be putting a lot of pressure on his castle. So what are you going to do, my friend? All right, so that's fine. Now we just go queen a5. I'm attacking. Well, I'm putting pressure on c7 and on a7. Okay, so give me a7. And I'm still attacking I'm threatening the checkmate on c7. He could go, yeah, queen d7 and checkmate. All right, guys, another perk. Let's see. We'll do the Fianchetto, castle, e5, c6. And now I could do a discovered attack if he takes on e4. Let's see. Well, he didn't. We continue with the plan. Bishop g4, pinning the knight, improving my queen. Well, let's try to put the knight on d3. That's a nice square for the knight. And he's protected by a pawn. Let's see. Well, we dropped the pawn. Okay. Alright, so should I... Well, I'm concerned about the pawn, but actually if he takes... I'll be willing to sacrifice my rook for that bishop, because then his king is gonna be weak. All of his slice squares will be... Yeah, he didn't take. Okay, so... Well, let me put pressure on that pawn on d4. It's pinned, so he shouldn't take. Ooh, he moved it even more, so now we get a free bishop. Alright, so should I bring... let's just simplify the game. Well, we should know by now if we're ahead, we should either attack or just get rid of... just simplify the game and walk into an easier end game. Should I trade it? Nah, let's trade it for the knight. Yep, now we activate the queen. Ooh, tactic. Yeah, this is a nice one. So if he takes on d3, then we have a pin on d4. Yeah. Well, we take with a check, and we have enough time to save our queen. And I think we're gonna go, yeah, to the 7th rank. Well, I don't even want to take more pawns. Just bring the knight to do. There you go. Now I'm gonna be able to do a discovered check. Maybe I could do a smothered mate, but I don't think so. Let's just take here. If my queen was where the bishop is, I might try to do the smothered mate. But let's just get closer and see if we can do checkmate here quickly. No, check, and now knight d3, I think, and I get the rook, and let's keep it simple. Yep. I'm gonna be threatening checkmate on g2 by taking the bishop. So let's see. Yep. Oh no, checkmate anyways. All right, he gave up. Next one. Nope, next person, and we have the white pieces, so we know the drill. e4, knight c3, and then Fianchetto. That's a free pawn. This time I'm gonna take with the knight. It's nice to have the knight in the center. Now we go back, and we continue with the plan. And you see, it didn't affect my pawn structure. If I had taken on d5 with my pawn, I would have double tap pawns and things like that. Let me change something here because I think I could get rid of that. Every time I move, it shows me the last move. It shows me the places I could go, and I think I know I can remove it. Um, Let me see. Oh, I think yeah, highlight last move and legal moves. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I think we're good now. Okay, so this castle. Now I wouldn't be surprised if he goes bishop h3. Yep, that whenever you see that battery, queen and bishop on the same diagonal, they want to get rid of my fianchetto bishop. But that's okay. Now the important thing is that we never take on h3. We wait for him to take. Because if we take on h3, his queen comes in and it's really hard to... it's really annoying to have the queen so close. Now he needs to do something because, yeah. Alright, well, let's get rid of it. Ooh, I can take check and then I activate with a check. Now checkmate on f8. Well, not checkmate, but he's not gonna like this. Yeah, checkmate is coming, boy. Defended it. Now, can I get rid of the queen? Nope, I don't think so. Well, I think I'm gonna get on. Yeah, let's get the pawn on b7. I'm hitting the knight. Oh, yeah. He's coming in. I have to be careful he doesn't have any checks. Now I'm gonna be threatening. If I take on this, yeah, I'm gonna be threatening. Oh, he dropped the queen. He should have taken the queen, and then it was an easy endgame. But I was also attacking g7, so he had to take. All right, 1300, and another Vienna. So I'm not pre-moving just in case he does d5 or something like that. Ooh, Sicilian. First person I think that plays is Sicilian. So you see, this is actually not the Vienna. It's gonna be the closed Sicilian, but it's the same system. So this system works against anything they do. Now he castled to the opposite side. So let me put my knight on the knight square. I like b6 in the future for my knight. Oh, that queen is wasting more and more time. Well, he's running out of squares. Can I trap that queen? Nah. Knight c3 and I improve my knight? Nah. Well, let's see. He takes, and now I think we trap the queen. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so now we're up a queen, and you know what we have to do. Either we trade down pieces or we go for the attack. And I think since this castled over here, we have a semi-open file. I see my queen coming to b2, battery, and we're taking on b7 checkmate. What can he do to stop it? Well, either move the rook to delay it or do pawn to b5. But that's also just going to delay it. Yep. Well, I'm gonna take on c6 because the checkmate is already is open again. Oh, let's go. And now queen b8, rook b7 should be checkmate. Yep. That's it. Alright, white pieces again. Let's see what we got. Aha, you see, that's why I don't pre-move because this move could be annoying. Alright, if he takes on d5, that's okay, I continue. I'm happy to take with the pawn, we know that. Everything remains the same. Alright, now I want to go to f5. then I could do d3. If I go knight f5, the pawn on d6 is pinned by the rook, so that would be a very nice move to get rid of the bishop. Well, he didn't let me. Then we just do d3 and continue developing. Well, let's bring the queen between h5 and g4, because if he takes on d4, well, let me see. Well, if he takes on d4, we can always do, well, from g4, I still protect d4. Let's keep it simple. I'm still doing bishop g5. All right, that's okay. So let's just put more pressure on it. So I have the queen and the rook putting pressure on the knight. And I could move the knight out of the way and then do a fork. So let's see, that's something that is in the air. I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but it's good to think about it. Uh-oh, I think he trapped himself again. Yep, give me the queen. And I could have taken his bishop as well, but of course the queen is better. All right. And now that's it. If we could simplify pieces, we do it. Oh, he dropped the pawn. And now notice how the b file is open. So if I want, I could bring the other rook down the b file. Well, let's take it. If he takes on e5, it's 2 minor pieces for the rook. That's good for us. Yeah, he did it. Oh, no, he doesn't want me to. Okay, so I need to move somewhere to protect the rook. Now we have here, I have a rook, he has a rook, I have a bishop, he has a bishop, but I have an extra queen for the rook. So let me see, I don't want him to go to e1. It's not a big deal, but I could do rook d7, he takes and I take on e8. But if I take on d7 and he takes the queen, I take the rook on d8 and check. I'm still winning by a bishop, I have a passed pawn. Let's do it just for the fun of it. And not for the fun of it, but just to keep it simple. So we should be able to win this endgame with no problems. We have 3 extra pawns on the bishop. And there's no room for a counterplay. Let's protect the pawn. Now maybe I do bishop b3 and then rook d7 to take on f7. No, he knows, you see? So he knows that he has no chances. All right, get in there. Okay, so we have our Pirc. All right, notice the pattern. Queen and bishop on the same. Yeah, see, we knew he was coming, but it's okay. e5. Yeah, now this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to see it more as we play from now on. Because when they close the center, we're going to do this plan. We've removed the knight. Let's bring it to, the idea is to move the knight out of the way to do f5, but I'm going to put it back here. You could do it either h5 or e8. And now, see, it's the same thing that we do in the Vienna. So, but in the Vienna we don't have the knight on f6, so we don't have to remove him. From here we have to move him out of the way, and then we bring him back. Now he's gonna castle or develop his other knight, I assume. Okay, so just trying to improve my pieces. Well, let me just do h6, just to prevent anyone from going to g5 in the future. Alright, so we definitely have to trade now. You see, now h6 proved to be a good move, because if not, now he's going to take with a knight. I'm going to put my knight on a good square, but his knight could go to g5 if I hadn't done h6. Now, knight, queen g4 to do knight f3 sounds really good. Let's see if he lets me. See, I'm pinning the pawn on g2 and I could do knight f3. No, now he's not letting me. What if I do... Well, putting pressure on e4. I want to do 92 if he moves the rook. That could be a little bit annoying. Yeah, he walked into it. So fork, and then I'm going to take on g3. That's for sure. Ooh. I could have taken the knight right away, but I'd rather trade down pieces and then get the knight. Alright, now I'm going to claim the open file. And rook to the 7th rank. And I'm doing checkmate on g2. Yep. Next one. Alright, another Pirc. See, I didn't take on e4. I should have taken on e4, but I'm playing mechanically. That's why you shouldn't play mechanically. Bishop goes to g4. Oh, knight e4. Yep. And I'm going to take the bishop on b2. Well, let's... Should I take... Yeah, let's take that first. We're winning by a pawn, so that's okay. And... yeah, let's take it. Let's keep simplifying the game. I'm dropping b7, so no, he didn't take it. Well, I'm ready to develop my knight. Alright, so we're up a pawn, h6, you know the drill. And in this case, it's just to move the king. I don't like the ping his light square bishop has on f7. Yeah, he wants to take on g6, so not anymore. Now I could do f5. e4 or yeah. Well, I have to take. I'm thinking f4 and then pawn f3, but let me bring the knight first. I'm bringing pieces towards his king side. Towards the king side. See if I can create some attack. Alright, I think it's time to do f4 and then pawn f3. Yep. Yep. So, do we take with the pawn or with the knight? Well, that pivot pawn is going to be useful there. So, let's see. Yeah, rook f4. Now I could go rook g4 or rook takes h4 or both. Oh, check, and now I think he has to move the king or sacrifices. He has to move the king or sacrifice. Yeah, he gave up. He knew that I was gonna pin the queen afterwards. All right, so I think I might be able to get to. Oh no! Even if I win this one, I cannot make it to 1400. So that means we got two more free pawns. So this time I want to. Oh no, that was a pre-move. No, it's not my turn. Yeah, you see the pre-move got me here. That's the downside of pre-moving. So I lost a piece there for by mistake, but that's okay. So we're down by 2 points now. You know, I used to do a lot of training back in the days that we had to play without, start the game without 1 or 2 minor pieces, and the idea was to force you to get really aggressive and attack and just go for the king, since you had no chances. If you simplify the game, you'll be losing since you're down a piece. So let's see if I remember any of that. I don't think so, but if this guy defends well, I should be losing this game. Now, I cannot simplify pieces. I know we typically take on f3, but I'm down. Yeah. Now he's attacking me. See, he has an extra piece. He's putting pressure on me. I cannot do f6 because I'm pinned with the other bishop, by the other bishop. Yeah. So by moving the king, I'm able now to move my f pawn. Now, same pattern. He puts the queen behind the bishop to get rid of my Fianchetto bishop. Okay. So let's see. Castled. Now, notice that I don't really have a very good plan, but I just know that I need to improve my pieces. He's trying to simplify, and that's really uncomfortable for me. So if you're ever in the lead, just try to simplify the game. Now, I'll be dropping the pawn if I move that knight. So let me try to create some complications. Yeah. Yeah, I'm dropping a pawn too. What's going on here? Let's see. Ooh, he dropped the queen. There you go. Chess justice. Yeah, he's gonna hate this game. He was easily winning. Well, now I'm the one in the lead, so I'm happy to simplify rooks and attack, of course, if I have the chance. Yeah, nope. Now his knights are getting a little bit annoying, so I need to kick those knights out. Yeah, that one went back by itself. Now let's get rid of this one. And rook to the 7th rank. I'm taking b2. And then, you know by now, better than a rook on the 7th rank is going to be 2 rooks. But let me see. Can I go to... let's just double up the rooks. Yeah. If he lets me, the other rook is going to go... Oh yeah, the other rook is going to the 7th rank. And at the same time, I'm happy to take the 2 knights for one of the rooks. So yeah, let's do it. I'm taking on f2, and then that will be checkmate on g2. Okay, so he's dropping a piece. Now he either give me the rook, or no, yeah, checkmate into moves. Yeah, he saw it before I did it. All right, so by 2 points I have to play another game. So let's do it. It's gonna be our Vienna. They wanted me to finish with the Vienna. All right, is he gonna give up? Is he? All right. So he's sort of doing like this is like the modern, but it's at the end. Oh no, it's deviating a little. So he's doing another Fianchetto. All right. So I continue with my plan. H3, King H2, and now F4 is coming. You should know that by now. F5. Ooh, he took. All right. So he got rid of my Fianchetto bishop. But now notice how his king is a little bit exposed. And let's see if I can continue to push. Oh, g5. Now, if he moves that knight, I want to do f6. In between moves. If I take on f6, he takes on e2, and he's hitting my queen. So I need to take care of that pawn. But then he's gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna take with the queen, and then I could go to g3. Yeah, let's do it. If he goes knight e5, we could go queen g3. If he moves the knight on from f6, I could do pawn f6, and his bishop is gonna be trapped. Yeah, I knew he was coming with that move. So let's go to. Should I do e3 or g3? Well, there's no fork. Well, let's do it. I'm attacking the knight, and let's see. Let's see. I'm taking d5 if he moves away. Well, he's hitting my queen, so let's go to g3. No, no, because he could go knight h5. I don't want him to move the knight from f6 with an attack on the queen. Okay. Well, can I do f6? Yeah. Now that bishop is gonna have to go to h8, and it's like he has no bishop there because the bishop can never play again. Ooh, he sacrificed a piece. Should I take d5? I could do bishop takes knight. Let's do it. Because then, thing is that if he takes, I take back, and then I'm doing, when he moves the bishop, I'm doing knight e7 checkmate. So I wonder what he's going to do now. And notice that even though my king is really open, he has no ways to attack it. Ooh, he dropped it. Yeah, he dropped the knight. He wanted to do a fork, he didn't see my bishop. Okay, so now let's see. Can I do the checkmate that I want to do or no? Nope, he noticed that, and now he's dropping all of his pieces. The bishop dropped, the knight dropped. So now we're winning by 3 minor pieces, which is almost the same. Well, which is the same as a queen. So yeah, let's keep it simple. Yeah. Now if he goes rook e8, it's not gonna happen because of the knight. Now I'm rerouting the bishop to this diagonal. All right, so he's coming up. I think checkmate is in the air. I could do a rook lift or move my king out of the way to use the g file for my rooks. Yep, yep. Well, that's it. And now I allowed the other rook to come over to g1, and that should be checkmate. Yep, he didn't do anything to stop it, and checkmate. Alright guys, so we made it past 1400. I hope you learned something from this video, and the idea again was to make a point that these two systems, they're easy to learn, and you could actually get a lot with these openings. So with that said, I'll see you the next time.